Hi everybody and welcome to the Open eCry midweek market commentary for the 12th of June. My name's Simon Clark from Trade with Precision and I'll be discussing the markets that are moving and of key interest right now. Now the first market I'm going to take a look at today here is coca, and if we just take a look through the time frames, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Here on the higher time frames on the monthly chart, we've been in a nice sort of downtrend for some time and we're still in this downtrend. We've tested this sort of 2050 level once, twice, three times now. Price has just pulled back and now we've sort of tested this previous level that we have here that you can see that's been tested a few times, which is 2200. We've bounced off that and now we're starting to push up higher again. Now this becomes a lot more evident when we take a look here on the weekly chart, and let me just open this up. Now here on the weekly chart, price has come back down. We've made this lower high, we've come back down, we've hit this 2200 level, and now we've had a very decisive move back up to the high side. Now at this moment in time, we've almost put in a higher low here on the weekly chart, and it looks like we're actually moving up to try and make a higher high. Haven't quite got there yet though, not on the weekly anyway. But if we come down to the daily chart, we can see this price action a bit more clearly. Looking here on the daily chart, we can see that price is now starting to turn around. As it sort of turned around, we've come from this low back up right the way through this prior support and resistance level that we've had here on the daily chart, which is 2300, which has been tested numerous times here on the daily, straight through that. And we're coming very, very close to this other level that we have here, which is 2380, and we've just consolidated underneath that level for the past few days. In the meantime, the moving averages are just starting to turn around, just starting to, not quite in the right order yet, but not far off it. Indicators turning around as well and showing that there's some nice buying momentum coming into the markets. But where I'm really sort of looking at the opportunities is here down on these lower time frames. Now this is the 240-minute charts, and the 480 chart looks in between this and the daily. But you can start to see back on these lower time frames, we've already now formed a new uptrend here. We've got a new uptrend formed in price. Price has come back up to this 2380 level. And once it's hit this level, it's just consolidated sideways. So we're getting a bit of a flat level here in price. Moving averages on these time frames are all in the right order and they're all fanning very nicely. And we're getting some nice bullish action underneath this level with sort of continued higher lows as price is compressing higher against this flat level. Indicators look quite reasonable as well. So they're sort of converging with the current sort of price action. And what I'm looking for here on these time frames is just looking to see if we get a potential momentum breakout strategy as price breaks through this flat level, or if we actually get a potential trend flow as the moving averages sort of catch up. So I'm keeping a close eye on the indicators here, keeping a close eye on this sort of level, and watching what happens there with coca, see if there's some opportunities there. Okay, the next market I'm going to take a look at here today is soybeans. Now, I was looking at soybeans last week and I was looking for a break above this 1530 level for trading opportunities, and I still think there's some nice opportunities on some lower time frames again at the moment, even though price is now moving ahead. So let's just talk through the analysis and show you what I'm looking at. First of all, here on the monthly chart, we can see that we're in a nice steady trend here on the monthly. We've just pulled back into the buy zone here in between the 10 and the 20 period moving average. We've just broken out of that area with some nice convergence on the indicators as well. And if we just take a look here on the monthly, we can see how far this price action tends to move away from the current sort of buy zone before sort of pulling back. So I'm looking for this trend to continue, looking for potential new highs. Even coming down here to the weekly, we can see that price has been sort of stuck within a range for quite a few weeks here, and this is this sideways consolidation for a few months that we see there on the monthly chart. We've broken out of that now, and now we've just got bullish week after bullish week as price continues. Moving averages starting to fan round nicely, but we have got nice convergence here on the indicators too. Same story here on the daily chart. We've got all the moving averages in the right order now. Lovely convergence here on the indicators, and price just sort of coming up. And I was looking last week around this 1530 level as price was sort of coming up to this level. I was looking for a small bullish candle in the buy zone on the sort of 480 and the 240 chart, looking for a break to the high side. In fact, you know, if we come down to even lower time frames now I'm looking at the 60-minute chart, and I'll just zoom this up so you can see here on the 60-minute chart, you know, we've got this trend looking very, very nice. Nice clear series of higher highs, higher lows, all the moving averages in the right order as well. Lovely convergence here on the indicators as well. And all I'm looking for is I'm looking for price to be coming back into the buy zone on these time frames, looking for these small green bullish candles as we've got back here in the past, looking for those in and around the buy zone here for trading opportunities to the long side. So that's what I'm still continuing to look at there on soybeans. Okay, the next market I'm going to take a look at here is the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. Now this market, you know, this market's had quite a big pullback and quite a sort of trend direction change in the past sort of few weeks. If we take a look here at the monthly is still in an uptrend at the moment, and we're just sort of pulling back into those averages. If we take a look here at the weekly chart though, the weekly chart has rolled right the way over, and we've got continued sort of momentum to the downside here on both the MACD and the RSI. Coming down to these lower time frames, you can start to see a bit more detail here. So here on the daily chart, we're already in a confirmed downtrend now. Moving averages all fanning nicely in the right order as well, and we've got nice continued momentum to the downside here on the RSI and the MACD as well. Now where I'm seeing the opportunities is down here on the sort of lower time frames, looking here at the 480 chart, and if I zoom this up, you can start to see the nice smooth flowing structure of this trend. So we've got nice smooth moving averages all flowing in the right order. Every time price comes back up into the sell zone, we're finding new momentum and the price is pushing down again. Now at the moment we've got a little bit of divergence in here between this prior low and the prior low and the recent low behind that, and that indicated a bit of a pullback, and we've actually now price has pulled straight back right into the sell zone there. At the moment we've got a small bearish candle forming right there in the sell zone, and I'm just waiting for this candle to close out, see if we get a small bearish candle in the sell zone, something similar to what we've had back here in the past, seeing if this is an indication of the turning point of this upward move running out of steam, and we can get a trend flow trading opportunity back down to the downside to retest this sort of 90 level. So that's what I'm looking for there on Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. There is Australian dollar news out later on today, so just be aware of that. And this concludes the midweek market outlook and potential trading opportunities. I'd like to thank you for watching the Open eCry midweek market commentary and look forward to speaking to you next week. Bye for now.